Well, hello again. So, this is part 5 of my Introduction to Objective Personality series. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the animals in objective personality. And what's really interesting about the animals is that this talks about how the functions in a person's type are interacting with each other. And as you'll see later on, even people that have the same savior functions may not have the same amount of communication occurring between their functions. So like you have two people with SI and TE saviors, one of those could have more, communication between, say, their top two functions, SI and TE, and then another one may actually have their bottom two functions, NI and FE, working together. So this concept of animals and objective personality will help explain those differences, and it will eventually allow us to have more than just 32 types. So what are the animals in objective personality? So it is the result of an observer function pairing with a decider function to perform an action. So just to review here, the observer functions are sensing and intuition, so SI, SE, NI, and NE. The decider functions are thinking and feeling, TI, TE, FI, and FE. And I guess Dave and Shannon call them animals because when these functions are interacting with each other, they also resemble animal actions in real life. And the 4 animals in objective personality are called play, sleep, consume, and blast. So animals play, animals sleep, animals consume food and drink. Now, what's less obvious is blast. How do animals blast? What does blast mean exactly? So blast would be like building something for the tribe, kind of like a bee colony or a beaver building a dam. So the first animal I'm going to talk about is sleep. So the sleep animal is the result of an introverted observer function interacting with an introverted decider function. So this would be either SI or NI interacting with TI or FI, depending on that person's functional stack. So like an ISTJ, for example, has a stack SI, TE, FI, NE. So for an ISTJ, the sleep animal would be the SI and the FE, the SI and the FI interacting with each other. Or let's say you had an INFJ. INFJ stack is NI, FE, TI, SE. So in the INFJ, the sleep animal would be the NI plus the TI working together. So you can also think of the sleep animal as intersecting the organizing OI human need with the self DI human need, and then you put those two together to make the sleep animal. So the sleep animal is responsible for processing and preserving energy for themselves before expending energy for the tribe. And it's responsible for going over their known information. The sleep animal is an introverted animal because it's the two introverted functions working together. Now let's contrast that with the play animal. So the play animal is the exact opposite. This is the OE, extroverted organizing, plus DE, extroverted deciding. So this would be SE or NE interacting with TE or FE. So taking the ISTJ type again, ISTJ has NE and TE in their function stack. So their play animal would be the NE and the TE working together. And INFJ's play would be their SE plus their FE, because they have FE second and SE fourth. So the play animal combines the human needs of OE gathering plus DE tribe. So this is the opposite of sleep in that it is expending energy for the tribe before processing and preserving energy for the self. It is responsible for getting things done while learning from the tribe. So both sleep and play are what we call energy animals. Sleep is the animal that's preserving energy for oneself, and the play animal is expending energy for others. They are on opposite sides of a binary coin. So everybody does both sleep and play, but you're going to be stronger in one than another. Some people will be stronger in sleep, and some will be stronger in play. Okay, now let's talk about the consume animal. So the consume animal is combining extroverted observer with introverted decider. So this would be either SC or NE combining with either TI or FI. So in the ISTJ, it would be the FI plus their NE working together, or in the INFJ, it would be their TI plus their SC. So the consume animal is combining the human needs of OE gathering and DI self. So this animal takes in and respects information before getting started and teaching. They're responsible for taking in new information, which is the result of the OE gathering human need that they are personally interested in, which is their DI. So this new information, if their savior SE would be facts or data, or if it's any, it would be more on the lines of concepts and patterns. And what they're interested in, it could be what aligns with their own values, FI, or their own personal inner truth, which is TI. The consume animal is bored with the old information and seeks new things about what they love to learn. Now let's contrast that with the blast animal. So blast animal is introverted organizing OI plus DE. So it's either SI or NI working together with either TE or FE. So in the ISTJ, this would be SI plus TE working together to get the blast animal. In an INFJ, this would be the NI plus the FE working together. So blast is organizing plus tribe if you're looking at the human needs, which is why I show these pictures here. The bees working together to build a bee colony that's organized, or the beaver that's building a dam to benefit the tribe. Yeah, so I also have it up here. It intersects the organizing human need with the tribe human need. So the blast is the opposite of consume, whereas the consume is learning new information for oneself. The blast animal is taking that information that's organized and then teaching it or sharing it with the tribe. Blast is quick to communicate and get projects started because it isn't necessary for them to gather all the information first. And the blast animal will often unconsciously consume information and share it with others before they truly own it for themselves or know where it came from. So consume and blast are what are considered to be information animals. So consume is taking in new information for oneself, and then blast is taking their known information and sharing it with others. So blast and consume also make up opposite sides of a binary coin. So consume has the human needs of OE and DI, and then blast is the opposite with the needs of OI and DE. So everybody uses both consume and blast, but people are going to tend to be stronger in one than the other. Okay, so this is just to sum up the 4 basic human needs here. So in the upper left quadrant is the sleep. So that's intersecting the OI human need with the DI human need. And that one is an energy animal. Opposite on the lower right is play. That is the OE plus the DE, which is both the extroverted functions. That's also an energy animal. Upper right here is blast. That's OI plus DE together. That's an information animal. And then opposite of blast is consume, OE plus DI, an information animal. So when you look at how introverted or extroverted these animals are, we can say that sleep is the most introverted animal because it's both of those introverted functions interacting together. Play is the most extroverted animal, both the extroverted functions together. Blast and consume are in the middle. Now, in terms of introversion, extroversion, DE trumps OE. So blast is a bit more extroverted with DE and OI than consume, which is OE and DI. Now, there is no official introvert-extrovert coin in objective personality. So in order to determine if somebody is, appears more introverted or extroverted, that's where these animals come in. Are they primarily focused on the more introverted animals, or are they primarily focused on the more extroverted animals? Or maybe they're kind of in between. All right, so the concept of animals is a little bit more complex than what we've talked about before. So I'm actually going to be doing a second video on animals where I'm going to be talking in detail about the animal stackings. So everyone uses all 4 animals, and these animals are used in a preferred order that's called the animal stacking. And where it gets really interesting is that you can have 2 people with the exact same savior functions, but they have a different animal stacking. And this is going to lead to additional types. So this is going to eventually expand the number of types from 32 types to 128 types. And then after that, if you factor in the sexual modalities, which is the last thing I'll be discussing, then you're going to get to 512. So, like, for example, you could have 2 ISTJs. Let's just say they're standard ISTJs, SITE. Well, one of those SITEs might be focused more on their sleep animal, and another SITE ISTJ might be focused more on their play animal. So they're going to look quite different. The sleep-focused one is going to appear more introverted, and the play-focused one's going to appear more extroverted. So yeah, I'll be talking more in detail about that in the next video. So if you want to see more videos, please subscribe to my channel. I have a playlist of the Introduction to Objective Personality series that I will link to in the description, where you can view some of my earlier videos in the series. I will also post a link to the PowerPoint slides. So yeah, have a great day. Bye.